Of all the monarchies left in Europe, Britain is the last one to hold coronations.
Nobody does it better than the British people. A coronation, the pomp, the ceremony, everything that goes with it. The spotlight will be on us, it will be fantastic.
With his country in the middle of a cost of living crisis, King Charles has promised a slimmed-down coronation. There will be a shorter ceremony and fewer guests, but the cost will remain high, and the official figure remains a secret.
The coronation has been estimated to be costing between 50 and 100 million, but at the moment that's just a guess. We don't know exactly how much it's going to cost.
Not my king! Not my king! Not my king!
And it's this use of public money and the secrecy around it that's got some of the king's subjects thinking revolutionary thoughts.
Not my king! Not my king!
We do not need a coronation. The Swedish king decided the coronations were out of date, and that was in like 1870. So, we are wasting huge amounts of money at a time when we have a cost of living crisis, when we can't afford enough police, can't afford enough nurses, can't afford enough teachers, and it is a disgrace.
I think the king, the current king and the royal family as such do make a massive contribution to this country. How many people actually come to London and love this place and the money they spend here? We should be really thankful to the royal family.
Morecambe in Lancashire is one of the places that's been hardest hit by the cost of living crisis.
Morecambe is kind of boom and bust town. The cost of living crisis is getting more and more obvious in the way people present, in how people behave, and the kind of lives that they're leading. We've got the lowest life expectancy in the northwest. Can't use the electric, can't get on the phone, can't book a doctor's appointment.
Chris Kravietz has set up a food pantry in his local church to help the community.
I found that using the pantry has been like a lifesaver, really.
Even small business owners like Lauren Woodfine are struggling.
Our energy bills have gone up like ridiculous amounts, like almost triple. So we've been using hot water bottles to keep our clients warm. I think loads of people are struggling.
Lauren thinks the coronation is a waste of money.
In a time where we can't feed and house our people, I don't really agree on the fact that they're spending so much money for a family that's so wealthy. It's just becoming a king. It's just put your hat on, isn't it?
Oh yay! Oh yay!
But Morecambe also has its fair share of monarchists.
God save the king! We're trying to break the Guinness Book of Records for the biggest street party. It'll be a huge turnout, a huge celebration. So what are you guys doing on the Sunday? Are you working?
Yes, we'll be here working.
The cost of living is absolutely dreadful for everybody. But I just think this is a huge historical event. Possibly a lot of us will never see this ever happen again. I think what it will bring to the country outweighs the cost.
Just 15 minutes down the road, there's a reminder of King Charles's wealth. Lancaster Castle is part of his 18,000 hectare property portfolio, which is spread far and wide, and includes castles, shopping centres and the Savoy estate in London.
The Duchy of Lancaster, which is estimated to be worth about £650 million, was passed sovereign to sovereign, so passed from the Queen to the King. And because of that, they're exempt from a law of Parliament that means they don't have to pay inheritance tax. So the revenue of the Duchy of Lancaster is about £24 million a year.
Recent estimates by The Guardian put the King's wealth at £1.8 billion. We can't know for sure because royal wills are kept secret. We do know Charles doesn't have to pay the same taxes that normal Brits do.
Because the monarch is exempt from particular laws of Parliament, they don't pay income tax, they don't pay capital gains tax, and they don't pay inheritance tax. They do pay council tax on their different properties. Since 1992, they have voluntarily paid income tax on different money they've got from different estates. But they don't announce that the amount that that tax comes from.
Last year he inherited £650 million from his mum and didn't pay a single penny of inheritance tax.
It's issues like this that will lead Graham Smith to spend Coronation Day protesting.
Everybody should be equal in law, and if everybody else pays inheritance tax, they should pay inheritance tax. So he could easily pay for this parade himself. As I said, he is already king. He doesn't need a coronation. It is purely for him to pick himself up and say, look at me, I'm king. Not my king!
Well, Britain doesn't need Graham Smith and people like that, to be quite frank. He needs to clear off and mind his own business. It generates millions, if not billions of pounds a year. So these people who say that the royal family have got too much money, Prince Charles is not out, spaffing his money away. He does great things. The royal family do good things. We're very lucky to have them. We're very privileged to have them, and we should thank our lucky stars.